So I've been trying to get to the location that I'm actually trying to get to, if that makes any sense. And I've passed a couple of things and I'm like, no, I'll come back tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow because I always like to get to my destination first and check that out first. But I came across a couple of things. It's just too juicy. It's too juicy for me to pass up. I had to stop and check out these. I saw these cars in the field. I mean, not much left of them. But I always like to get like still photographs for Instagram of these old cars. They always turn out looking pretty cool. So I saw these, and then there's a property here and then like one over there. And right here is Route 66. Now, I didn't know there's a whole section. I've been driving probably 10 miles on Route 66. Yeah, there's an entire section of Route 66. It's actually like a dirt and gravel road. And I didn't know that. I thought that it was either all paved or had turned into I-40. But out here, still dirt and gravel. And the spot that's kind of across the street that I want to check out, it says modern restrooms on it, like it was an old hotel. And that I'm really interested in checking out. But first, let's take a look at what we got going on over here. I mean, all of this is in pretty bad shape, but check this out. Basketball hoop. So I think this may have been like a service center or someplace to obviously stop and get your vehicle worked on. There's a lot of these along Route 66. Check out, that's a nest for a bird. I don't want to be here when he gets back. There's a lot of these old like service centers on Route 66 though, where people had set up garages and then they basically just lived here. This would have been the house. This is obviously pretty torn apart, but this would have been the house and then they would have worked at the garage. They would have ran that. I don't plan to do too much walking through here though. Obviously it's not that far of a fall, but I don't want to twist an ankle or something. Yeah, so this actually right here is Route 66. So I didn't know that it was a dirt road. And this is that one little spot that says modern restrooms, but it's all gated. You can see though back there, so I mean a place to sleep probably, just a little hotel, like a little hotel. And then that would have been that little service station for whatever this town would have been. I don't know if town's appropriate word, maybe pit stop. There's another service station. Let's see if there's any good graffiti, at least in here. There's not a whole lot left of this place either, but sometimes there's good graffiti that is kind of fun to check out. Swine. And then somebody peed on that. And it actually smells like very fresh spray paint. So somebody was just here spray painting. And yeah, that's totally urine on whose ever mattress that would be. Real nice. Let's see. Nothing but views here. So actually there's the pee-pee mattress one, and then there's actually this other one, but how far did you come? I'm from New York, 28 hours away. So check out this one. Again, pretty beat up. I think these ones that are really accessible get the worst of it, and people just trash them. But like I said, I look for the interesting graffiti. I have found some really cool pieces of art out here. So, like, I even like that little frowny ghost guy. Things like that I like to take pictures of. Bathroom. Gross. Desk. Okay. So here's the town that I'm actually going to be sleeping in tonight. And you can actually see it was big enough at one point that they had like a little divider along the highway here. This is all on Route 66 as well. I do know that the main strip here has actually been registered in the National Register of Historic Places. So you can see, I'll take you guys up here in a little bit, but there's actually some construction going on. Like they want to build maybe a visitor center or something is kind of what I'm thinking, but that's not quite done yet. So I think a lot of these places are kind of going to be like this. And there's one down the road, somebody's actually living in one of the houses. So that is all, of course, private property that I can't go in. This one's kind of cool. It's actually stone. See if there's anything left in the hotel here. I think most of these rooms are going to be pretty much done. These buildings, it's crazy because once the roof goes, that's about it. Once the roof is gone, you're not going to be able to salvage it anymore. It's just not going to stay nice anymore. That is the lowest shower I've ever seen. I would have to crouch. I would literally have to just like kneel down to take a shower in this hotel. Let's see. So this is where they're building something new, which I'm assuming is going to be some sort of visitor center, historic site. I don't know who's going to run it though, because that's the welcome center right back there. That's the welcome center to New Mexico. So New Mexico starts like here. So I wonder if that's New Mexico, because that's Texas. But c'est la vie. I go to seek. What? Love, not hate. Let's see. Oh, this looks like it was a restaurant. There's even some booths back there. So let's check this place out. Let's see. This is cool. Maybe I'll grab my flashlight. I don't know. I don't think there's enough in there to warrant it, but... Oh no! I gotta blur something out, unfortunately. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know where the line is for this YouTube channel. I'm just winging it. I don't put those things there. Other people do. I just explore them. What is grief, if not love persevering? It says, eat the rich. I don't know if that's the answer, but I get it. Thou shalt liketh big butts, thou shalt not lie. I love it. So I think I'm going to stay closest to this restaurant. There's a porta potty I can use too for the construction guys. I'm going to stay closest to that restaurant, but there's another building down here that I'm going to check out really quick. Okay, so actually here's the line. New Mexico, Texas. So here's the line right there. And then the visitor center's on that side. So I guess New Mexico's going to run it. So this was a motel and cafe also, although this looks like a garage, like a bay for a garage. There's another building where, actually, I mean, the outside, I'm guessing because it's all cinder block, is actually still in really good shape. But there's just nothing left in here. All the roof came in, and it actually looks like it's been cleaned out. Kitchen is what I'm guessing I'm standing in. Don't breed. Not terrible advice for some people. Not the worst advice you can hear. Not too much left of this house. It's kind of a cool closet. It's a little tight, but I get what they were doing. Kind of cool. Walk out from the house into the hotel side. It's crazy how this linoleum just hangs around, man. That stuff is hardcore. And don't forget to live. I put a pig on a sticker there. It's a postal bulletin. It says May 11th, 1989. 15-cent seashore postal card. I definitely need to get some more history on this town, but these are like my favorite places to go. Like, how many places can you go where you can walk in the middle of the street and there's nobody, there's nothing? It's a couple of abandoned buildings, and I can walk all the way down there and there's nobody. Although somebody lives right there. I don't know who, but somebody does. And then there's like an old station way down yonder that another lady lives at. I actually talked to her, and she came out, and I asked her, I was like, is it cool if I take pictures and make my video and stuff like that? And she's like, I love it. Please, just don't bother me. And I was like, all right. I won't go on your property, but yeah, I'll come out here and I'll take a bunch of pictures. And she was like, yeah, please, that's totally cool with me. So it trips me out that this shower mat has probably been in that same position for 50 years or however long this place has been abandoned. So I got to looking at my MREs, and I was like, just not feeling an MRE tonight. I didn't bring any other food. There's a truck stop like 5 minutes away. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the truck stop. And it's one of those Russell's Travel Center. And it has this super huge, cool museum. Like all kinds of John Wayne stuff. And the man right there, James Dean, what? So yeah, I was like, I'll go to the truck stop and get some food. And then the museum just happened to be a bonus. This is super fitting that they have James Dean in the back of a pickup truck. All right, sorry guys, food break pit stop, and I ran into something cool. So I take you guys along with me everywhere I go, but back to the ghost town now. Show you guys, it feels dark out here. Like, it's dark every time that I stay somewhere, but it feels so dark out here, and the wind is whipping up. So So yeah, anyway, the wind started whipping up. It got kind of cold. I was like, I'm going to put the reflectix up because I don't know how cold it's going to get tonight. I know we have a storm rolling in on Sunday, supposedly. And it was really windy earlier this last week. But yeah, so for right now, I'm pretty much just going to chill. I ended up not I was kind of parked on the side of the road. And I was like, it's a little too obvious. So I ended up moving into kind of where the hotel is. And parked there. So while I was sitting here, I was reading some history about this place, trying to figure it out and learn about it. And it turns out it's kind of a quirky little town. So it says that there was only ever like 30 people max here, but it was a very big tourist town. A lot of people stopped here. But it's a little quirky because it's right on the Texas-New Mexico border. So there was actually, even though there was only 30 people, there was a New Mexico side post office and a Texas side post office. So 2 post offices serving a town of 30 people. The other kind of funny thing is they only built gas stations on the Texas side of the town because of something to do with taxes. So on the New Mexico side of the town, there's no gas stations. They were all on the Texas side of the town. And then on the New Mexico side of the town, there's like the hotels and stuff. So it really interesting place. Seems like it was a cool place. I was actually specifically trying to look for ghost stories about this town because I was like, well, it'll help if I have some ghost stories if I did decide to do something like ghost hunting or anything like that tonight. Nothing really came up, like no haunts, nothing. And I read a bunch of different articles, you know, and a lot of them are explorers like me who have come to this place, you know. One had posted some pictures from like 2007 where the roof was still on a lot of these places and the post office was still so intact that they actually had like equipment back there. And man, I wish I could have seen it then, but I'm seeing it now. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm just going to chill out for the rest of the night, guys. I'll see you in the morning. Oh, I slept good last night. I did not want to wake up. I actually slept really, really good. So this is where I ended up sleeping, was like right by this hotel. Just because I was able to kind of tuck in here and hide by this truck. So I was like a little more out of the way. I did wake up in time to catch the sunrise though. So here's one of the ones that I drove by yesterday that I was like thinking about checking out, but I saw that the roof was already gone. So, but check this out. There's this huge owl right there. Just kind of look at that guy. Is gigantic. Just flew away. But yeah, I didn't stop here yesterday because I saw how bad the roof was and I knew that the interior of this was going to be pretty much gone. But I figured I'd stop today and just kind of take a look around regardless. So, let's see what we got going on in here. It's like a jungle in here. Yeah, it's pretty much toasted. Oy. Whoa, that was a nest probably up there. Maybe that's a lot of sticks right there. That owl's been here for a while. A little piece of newspaper right there. Some jars. I'm guessing that's a root cellar down there. I don't think I'll go down. Well, there's always a maybe. I was worried more about snakes and stuff. Oh, there's a bunch of jars in the back though. Still full. Okay. See, there was a bed down here. Those are still... Hold my flashlight on me. Those jars are still full of food. There's like... It looks like beans, maybe like black-eyed peas or something. No way. What? That's simultaneously really cool. Look at the mold in that one. Simultaneously really cool and disgusting at the same time. So, okay, so this was definitely worth stopping and checking out. If anything, just because those jars are crazy. That is so wild that it's still hanging out there. I mean, as far as the rest of this house goes, yeah, it's pretty much done. That's a cool fridge. Yeah, that was not something I expected to come across. Was this jarred food still in the cellar there. Got your old TV there. All right. Nice vacuum. Some orange carpet this place had. When it did have carpet. And that's a nice big window. This is another auto shop. Kind of along the way here that has been abandoned. Look at this manual. Holy smokes. 1970 Interchange Service Inc. Wow. That's thicker than a dictionary, man. That's crazy. You got some tires up there. Safe. Actually, quite a bit of stuff left back here. It's like whole engines were left in here. That's crazy. Let's see. So it's a little bit more crammed with stuff. Some tires. Just like transmissions and engines and things like that. Just laying around back here, huh? This sucker is huge. Cool. There's a newspaper here. See if... Oh, that's the Dallas Morning News. Oh, 1998. It's crazy to see like whole sections like that shop I was just in all the way down to over here where they had, everything had been built up at one point, and now everything looks like this. It's just wild. All right, so here's one that I really can't mess around. That's too deep. The basement's too deep. I might see if I can find the exterior entrance to the basement there. But yeah, this one is pretty torn up too. I mean, there's not going to be much left, but I did find crazy jars of food in that last one. So this tree has grown over the entrance to the basement. So never mind on this one. Let's see. I even came around to the back door just to see, but the basement runs the whole length of the house. So not getting in that one. So I have stopped at this location before. I won't do a full tour of it, but I found out that those oil cans are actually what they use to make the tin for the roof. So they hammered all of these flat and then nailed them up there. They're all oil cans. So since the last time I was here, I actually read that online about this specific location. And then last time I didn't see, but there was a date stamped 3/7/51 for when they poured the concrete for the pumps that would have been here at this little stop along Route 66.